Welcome back to the Foreign Fans Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler McMahon. Today, I want to talk about the 2 testimonies that every believer, especially under 30, should have. So there's some guys over 30 that should have this testimony, but definitely every male believer under 30. This is great for women who are dating a man. They better hear both these testimonies. It's not enough for you to hear from the guy that takes you out on a date how he came to know the Lord and how he's saved. You're going to need to know this second testimony as well. This is also great for ministries. It's not enough to ask a perspective of somebody's outlook on ministry or their theology and how they came to know the Lord. The second testimony that they have to have is how they got free from their corn addiction. And so that sounds crazy. Well, Tyler, not everybody has a corn addiction. That's true, but it has not been my experience working with young people doing this for a very, very long time. I've met, I think, 3 guys who did not have a very serious corn habit. What I mean is they were walking in freedom. And they all 3 had the same story. And I said, how in the world did you not fall into this? And all 3 of them had the same story. And it started like this. My dad had this conversation with me. My dad always talked to me. One of them said my dad, and my brother physically held me on the ground. His dad wasn't a part of this part. His dad talked to him, but his brother physically held him on the ground and said, if you ever look at this sick stuff, I will hurt you. That's love. That's a brother protecting his younger brother. And I imagine it's because the older brother had experienced a lot of pain through it. And he's wanting to protect his younger brother through that. So I've only met 3 guys that haven't seriously been affected by corn. And so when you are on a date, young lady, with that man and he's sharing this, I'm going to challenge you to be bold and say, how are you doing with corn? What roadblocks do you have in your life? What protections are around you to keep you from falling into that addiction? And listen to what they say. If they fluff it off, probably not the one for you. If they say, oh yeah, I've seen that stuff, but it's never been a big part of my life, they're lying to you. I'm telling you right now, they are lying to you. If you're a ministry, if you're like, I review all of our new applicants and we have some explicit questions on there about sexual integrity and things that people have done. If they don't put anything on there, it's now a major red flag for us in our ministry. When we ask certain questions about corn and they say there's no problem, that's a big red flag. What we want to see is, yes, this has been a problem, but here's what's happened in my life and the steps I've done to eradicate it and to crush sin and to walk in righteousness. So look for these when you're talking to men, the 2 testimonies. I came to know the Lord because he was good to me and showed me that the gospel is true, and I gave my life to him and I've trusted in him for my salvation. And also, he set me free from the shackles of this sin over here. 2 testimonies are now required, in my opinion, for most male believers. Let me know your thoughts. Is that weird to ask when you ask somebody's testimony? Okay, I want to hear how you came to know the Lord. Okay, and I want to hear how you broke free from the shackles of corn. Let me hear it. That may be strange, but do it. Try it. If you're a dad and you have daughters, train your daughters to ask the right questions of their male pursuers. Otherwise, it's going to lead to a lot of heartache down the road. Thanks for being here. I'd like for you to check out these videos right here of where I interview some other ministers, whether they're talking about the work they're doing on their campus or their own personal corn addictions and how they've got free from it. I also have a playlist right here for our Former Fans episodes. I'd love for you to search those and check those out if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this anywhere else, you can go to that to see the whole list. It's a lot easier to find it. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys on the next one.